Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. My day is starting out wonderfully. We got a little cooler weather pouring in here into Florida. So today we started out a little chilly. I went out, got a walk, took Maxine for a walk, and I'm like, it's a little frozen today. So I put on my longer pants today, long sleeve. I'm like, okay, we'll deal with the day. I think this season is all about layers. Doesn't every place have its different seasons? Like I know in Michigan right now, after talking to my dad, he was talking about how muddy it was, and I'm like, ooh, I remember I just called this like early spring was like mud season because the kids, like that was their staple that we bought is every kid had a pair of rubber boots. They did, and we bought the same color ones like Walmart. I mean, now they have really cute color ones. Back in the day, the color ones were a little more expensive, so we just get those black rubber boots. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. And we would get them and pretty much had every single size. And so it was just the season of mud. You'd go outside, it was muddy. And so it was just constant. And they were nice because you can wash them, hose them out real good, put them upside down to dry, and they dried. But yeah, the season of mud. But here it's a season of like, the weather changes so much right now. It's like the kids have been in the pool yesterday swimming. It was beautiful out, and then today it's like a little frozen outside, but the sun may come out today. It might be, and it is gonna come out, but it might just be super warm. We'll just see how the weather rolls. But it's Friday. You made it. I made it. We are here a whole nother week. Congratulations. Maybe your week wasn't very good. I hope it was. If it wasn't, you know what? We're on to better days. So what do we got on the agenda for today? We've got to make food, and that's a beautiful thing. I've got to do a little bit lesser food because I have to work around kids' plans, all those good things, but still plans and ideas. So I grabbed a couple things out of my freezer yesterday, put in my refrigerator to thaw so I could use it. Thank goodness for those freezer meals. We'll make some of that. We got stuff to do. I've got chairs here. We've got some furniture. We've lived here it'll be 2 years this summer, so it's only been about a year and a half. And so, acclimating, meeting friends. And so we have chairs that we bought last year and things that we use for outside, but we need a little bit more. So I was like, okay, I think it's time to get the couch and chair set outside. And so I laughed because as soon as I pulled this out, Maxine was like all over it. Like, this is the lizard station. You know how I feel about lizards here in Florida. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, and I don't like them. I know they're fine. They're fine. They don't hurt you. They do good things, but it's something about the creepy crawly lizard I just do not like. I don't mind bears. I don't mind bobcats. I really don't mind alligators. I don't mind any of that, but snakes, lizards, yeah, I don't like mice. Yeah, we don't really deal with mice here. We had a few I guess in the mountains we saw them outside. I never had to experience in the house. Michigan we had mice, and I just did not like that. Field mice everywhere. Mountains, it was more big giant spiders, which is still enough. And they had lizards, but they kind of stayed away from the house. Here, lizards are everywhere. They are everywhere, and they are like, they will sit at your door ready to jump in your house, and they don't do anything, but they just are freaky. So lizards live on everything. And so I've realized that outdoor furniture, we were looking at like a big giant wraparound couch set outside last year, and it just never worked out to get it. And then after like just having our swing with cushions and like realizing, I'm like, what is all over that? It's lizard poop. It's disgusting. I know. They literally live under the cushion. So it made me go, oh, they're living here. So I think to get a big giant set with the nice couch all around, we don't have a covered porch, would be a little more, say, risky. Because you're going to have lizards living in it. So I thought, you know what, why don't I get a couple pieces that are a little easier, not like the cushions are thin enough, this right here, that's what I got, thin enough so that I can just store them in. We have a outdoor patio bench I'm going to move over today, and we can store the cushions in it, and then we can see with our eyeballs if there's a lizard on it. Because if this is looking like this most of the time, I'm going to know if a lizard's stuck in here. And then it's got legs on the bottom where it's up off the ground where I can see if anything is crawling around on the side of there. So this is what I'm doing right now this morning. So I started last night, started putting this together, and then I was like, I stopped. Putting together outdoor furniture is a little different. I don't mind putting together indoor stuff all day long. It's like easy to go, but this stuff is a little bit more difficult to do, and you've got to use your little Allen wrench to put together. You know how that works, but it's good. You just get it done. I started working last night, and I was like, okay, I got two. Two's better than none. I'm like, I'm going to bed. And so I'm like, I'll get up today, make the little couch, a little love seat, and make the table, and we'll get it outside. So are you ready for a good day? I'm going to finish putting this together. We're going to go outside, put it out, and then we'll start working on all the food for everything. So let me show you all the videos that I started with yesterday right here. Okay, started out my later night last night putting together this furniture. But for one, can I say how impressed I am that this all fit in this one box? Yes, there's 2 chairs, a love seat, and a coffee table. I'm like, what? That all fits inside here? So yeah, very highly impressed with that, but it's definitely going to be put together kind of furniture. Okay, I started putting this furniture together. Now I'm putting lots of stuff together. You guys have seen me put a lot of stuff together. Some stuff is better than others putting together. This was one we have, it seems very similar to our other outdoor furniture. We had a 2-seater with like a little glass plate in the middle. I gave it to Jaden for her apartment. But I remember putting that together, and our swing. And this reminded me of that, where you're doing the Allen wrench, and it can only go like halfway because it hits the side. So in my head, I was reminded that I had one time like a little ratchet Allen wrench from who knows which company. So I went to get it thinking it was going to fit on here, and I was like, oh, it was too big. So I started doing this, and I was like, oh, this is the one that just takes a while. And so you just don't over tighten, because I know I did that on the one. I remember we moved in, there was a lot going on when we moved in, and just a lot of extra stress, from moving, from our old state to here, and then like having something to sit on. So I remember just like tightening and not even caring, and then I ended up stripping the bolts and then trying to make them, and they were bent. Yeah, it worked, it's together, but it was just like, So this was reminding me for a few minutes, and I'm like, stop, take your time, no hurry whatsoever. Pouring rain outside, I'm like, it's good, take your time to do it. So I got the one chair done. I'm like, okay, this is good. So I'm just like, sometimes these projects just like, okay, just take your time to do it. But I always wonder, I'm like, how much would it cost the company to put in like just a cheap like little tool in there? Would that be much more to like help the consumer? Because that would be so much better. But it's good, I got it together, that's all that matters. Okay, now that I'm not stressing doing the other 2, I'll show you what I mean by the difficulty. So when you do this, you can only go so far in a rotation with your Allen wrench. Like you can only go here because it hits the back. So you can't use this part you can use it for a few while you push the seat, but after a while it's like this. Well, this is a little more smushy. The chair, it barely moves. So when you're twisting it, it just becomes a little bit more difficult. You don't want to cut the seat. I know Greg was going to get his little drill with the attachment, but he's like, I said, I don't think it's going to fit in there. So you just have to, it's just slow moving, because you're like 1, and then you're like 2. But that's with all the outdoor furniture that I put together. We put together, our swing was like that. We put together that little seat thing outside, it was the same way. So you can kind of do, if you push this, you keep your finger around it so it doesn't hit. But I want to see some kind of fun little tool that fits this to make it so much easier. It's just furniture. You just have to know it takes time. It's one of those things where you're doing it and you're like, all right, like last night I was putting that together and I was like, okay, I've got time. What am I going to do right now? Nothing. So if I just sit and tighten this, I'll be done in a little bit. So okay, I did 2 and did 3. I try to do good, not to, the chair was a little bit difficult, and so if I just finger tighten them and then tighten them together, I think that's going to work. This one's actually going together much easier. So we'll get this. Anybody else, like I'm not, like I can look at the photo and it takes me a minute to go, is this the way it goes? Like I'm not a very good visual person to be able to see, so it takes me a minute to go, okay, is this the right way? Did I put this together right? There's many pieces of furniture I put together and then go, oh, that's not the right way. And then take it all apart again. I've done that and shared that with you. Greg will look at it and be like, honey, why'd you put that on that way? I remember sewing, a dress. Yes, I sewed back in the day. And I remember making this dress, and my one friend saw it. She's like, why is there like a flap in the back of your dress? And I was like, I don't know, the pleats on there? And she's like, I think that's supposed to go on the front part of your dress. And so I'm like, it's all good. Not everybody's gifted to do everything, right? Okay, we got that on, good. Yay. All right, let's get the next piece. Oh my goodness, look at look what's in our pool. I saw something brown. Look what's in my pool right now. Look at I just saw something float in the pool. I'm like, What is that? We've got ducks in our pool. That is so, they're like, hey, we came to get a bath in your pool. That's too funny. Oh my goodness. I was just like looking at that. It was a big leaf. I'm like, that's weird. Look at that. That is so fun. Look at that. You want to see the ducks in the pool? Oh, you guys all done? You gonna suntan for the day? That's so funny. I thought it was a big leaf. I was at it or working on that chair and I looked and saw something brown go across the pool. I'm like, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen ducks in our neighborhood. We have the sandhill cranes, that kind of stuff, but I haven't found ducks anywhere. I mean, if Maxine was here, you would not be in here. So she's up sleeping away. That is so funny. All right, enjoy. It was saltwater. I don't think you're going to like a saltwater pool, but hey, you never know. Look, they're just going to fly over that fence, aren't they? Let's see where they go. What do they end up doing? They're going to have to fly out because there's no, I don't have a way out of my yard. It's all fenced. That's funny. Well, hopefully they get out here before too long. I'll open a gate if I have to. That's fun. It's too funny. I was just sitting here and I was like, what is that floating across the pool? Because we don't have big trees or there's leaves and stuff like that. And then I'm like thinking, I know Maxine's in the house, so it's not her in the pool. But I was like, did an animal get in the pool? So I just want to look at those ducks. They're still out there. They're swimming. They're getting out and they're going back in. I'm like, I don't really know how ducks do in the wild. I guess I should look that up. Okay, and this says it's not good for them, but they're not gonna, I doubt they'll be in there very long. So, but they just keep jumping in. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna keep putting this together. Just keep pushing along. I just wanted to show you that fun little cute thing. Okay, this is the one where it's just takes forever because the holes are not lining up perfectly, so it's like a one at a time. Just keep wrenching over and over and over. That's where patience comes in. But it's good. It's just, that's how things go when sometimes you put them together. So I'm just going to keep diligently doing this. Okay, the true test is, can you sit down without it breaking? That's the key. I got that in. I was like, it seemed like one side of each one. Like there's one part of the bench that was really hard to line up. One part of one of the chairs to line up. Same thing with the table. But majority of them are all tight. But I know it was the same thing with our swing. It was like most of them were all good except like one. So good enough. Let me get my top for the table. Can I check? There's no ducks outside. They have fleed the yard. So I'm gonna take these outside. We'll figure out where to put them. Okay, now I have a dilemma. I love ideas, so please shoot me all your ideas. The wind chime's gonna be right there. Maxine, you smell those ducks? There was somebody out there. Make sure they didn't poop in the pool. We'll have to turn the vacuum on and make sure it runs through. But anyways, I love ideas. We moved in here, a lot of you guys, I put the kitchen how I thought was best, and then you guys gave a lot of ideas, and I had to like think them over in my brain, like, was this good? Was this not gonna be good? And I've moved a lot around based on what you guys recommended, which is awesome. So just because I don't do it right away doesn't mean I'm not thinking about doing it. So what do I do back here? Because I'm not sure, like, I wanna obviously put our furniture under the thing so we can sit under there. I also have a, that container is what I'll use. I'll probably put it on the side of the house so you don't see it, maybe around the corner, so we can put the cushions in it. But it's like, where do I put the table? This is only, it's a small set, it's not huge, so I just kind of pull the table out. We also have this big giant area here that's covered that there's nothing under, but it's like, is it weird to have something in here? So I'm debating. We have our like grill area over there, and that's where I like to make the food because it's open and all that's good over there. I don't mind it not being covered, but it has to be over there because that is the only place that there is a plug. There's one right here too, but I don't want to put the grill under there. So that kind of has to stay that way. So I'm kind of like, where do we put everything? When we moved in, they put the table right here in the middle. They had a table right here in the middle, which I don't want to do that. The girls like the tanning chairs over there, which is fine. They have put them in the pool right here. They're down here right now, but I will move them back over there. So like that to be the tan area, because we said maybe we could put like a table over there, but then it's so exposed to the elements and the wind that I don't want to do that, because like that wind blows through here, which is weird. It never did the first couple years. This last year it was blowing a lot, and so they're actually coming to fix our fence to this week, I think they said. So I'm just kind of stuck as to what Maxine's smelling. That's a feather, isn't it? She's like, that is a duck feather, Maxine. She's like, Mom, I know it's something. Don't go in. She's like, I know it. She's like, I'm sniffing it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move it today, and then you know what? I'll probably end up moving it again. So give me ideas. I just don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Do we put the couch around here? This area so you can kind of sit overlooking the pool? Then put the chairs over there and leave our table where it's at? That's an idea. Because they can be exposed to the element. I'll just have the cushions off. I don't know. I'm gonna move a few things. Give me some time, right? Is that good? Can I just kind of figure things out? That's the good thing. Oh, you got it out, Maxine. Good job. So let's take this area. And I don't know again. I feel like it'd make more sense to put it under there. I just don't know where to put the table. Like, where do you put a table? Because we do use the table. And I don't want it like out, I don't think. I know I don't want it out. You want to be covered. But it does get, like the only time you eat out here is at your early morning right now, and it's shady. And then you won't eat until about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's completely, the sun is gone. It's all shade in the yard. So it doesn't really matter where it doesn't have to sit under there. But I do want it covered because the tablecloth gets all yucky and yada, yada, yada. Let me just do some moving. We'll figure things out. Okay, here's an option. The things there, I don't know if I love them there or not. The chairs on the side, when we moved in, they had chairs on this side as well. The sun comes up over here, so I wouldn't put on this side because you're like not in the sun. So everything kind of faces this way because we look up at the sun. So I kind of like it over there. So I don't know, again, so let me now, let's go over to the table area and let's move the table out of there, and you'll find a new spot for that and put it under there and see if that's better. Moving around, we're just doing things, trying to figure it out. Okay, moved you inside. It's getting very windy. We live in the mountains. I don't have to worry about too many wind gusts with my camera falling over. I remember putting it out in the yard one time when I first moved here, and the wind just blew, and yeah, it blew my camera right over, and I was like, it's got a nice little dent on the lens here. Okay, so this is my idea now. I put my table right here. So more like walk out. Here's your table. It's still covered, so if it is raining or I'm not worried about the sun, but it's right here. It still has access to the bathroom. You can still get out. We still have a place to hang our towels. Maxine's on the ground. Then over here, I have this cart that I like to uncover. Maxine's like, I'm enjoying the sunshine. I'd like to uncover this to have it out. So when I bring food out, we can set it on there and use that. But I've had it just covered up over here because I don't really know what to do. So then that kind of creates a wall right there. And then you go around and all the seating couches, and the swing is over there. So I think I like that. I'll put my rocking chairs back. We like our rocking chairs there. That's where we sit and have coffee. So you know what? I'll leave it like this for a little bit. Let me know in the comments below. On the other side, we've got our smoker. I've got a box that we have robot vacuums in. I was gonna slide that down, and then we have a grill. Greg's gonna put together this weekend and put out there so he can grill some food for dinner, which would be nice. He'll be doing dinners. So I'm thinking that can stay over there still. So let me take you out. I know it's really windy, so I didn't know how much I could talk. So let me just show you. Ooh, excuse me, Maxine. Okay, so you walk out. It's so bright, hold on. So then you've got this area right here. So you've got your table, still a walkway, still a place to hang your towels over there. So I feel like this is good. If you want to go grill, you go over there. But if you want to come over here, you can come over here and sit. So I've got these keep blowing down like crazy over there. So I might move that to the corner and see if that helps. But then you've got this area. Is that better? Like that, and then you've got the stuff seated there with the table behind. You don't really notice it because it's, the chairs are there, and then it matches the swing. So I'm thinking this is going to work right here. If I had to guess, I'm thinking so. I'm going to set you down without it being too windy. Let's go see. Let's sit in the different chairs. So then you can sit here and enjoy your seating. It's good. You got to think of yourself. Or you can sit over here and enjoy your chairs. gray bin, I'm gonna move that over there, and then probably just along the side, and then I can, I'm gonna go get it. Let's go get it. Let me put you here. I feel like it's so dangerous. That wind is gonna come. Let me go get that gray bin way over there, and I'll slide over here and put it back over here. So you didn't even see the box back there, but that'll be good for all the cushions. We'll get some rocks to put under it to level it out eventually, but I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, let me put this for the trash. And it's kind of like this area's got the plants going. I like it. Okay, let's move the chairs back. Okay, I think I like it right here. That's gonna work right there, good. I just realized they've cut like a lot of trees down, of course, you know, because I gotta go by and prune everything, and it makes the trees grow. But I just realized, like, literally the next yard over, there's a horse in the backyard. What? So I'm like, Maxine's barking. I'm like, what's she barking at? I just looked over, there's a big old horse. How fun. One of our neighbors has like a full-fledged farm, like behind like 5 or 6 houses. I'm like, that's just crazy. So that's kind of neat. Okay, I'm gonna move my little container down a little bit. There's one over here. There's a lot of black dirt now that it's got all over the ground, because we're gonna end up putting the smoker in that. This little black one, it's got all of our electrical stuff. I'm gonna slide that down under the window so I can put the 2 grills over here. So smoker always greasy and gross. So this, yeah, there's cords hanging down, but that will be erased from the other grill. I gotta clean up, there's yuck on the ground there. The cord, the lights just reaches to that box right there. So I could slide it down a little bit more, but I think that's gonna be good for right there. Let me go wash my hands. Smokers leave so much yucky black grease everywhere. So I'm like, had it in my hands, I got it on my foot. So this is good, I think, right here. This will leave, like I said, it's not perfect. Yes, it should be centered, but I'm working with what I got. So the other grill can go there, or it can go on the side here, either way. But that work, I probably slide that down a little bit, which I probably will end up doing, putting the grill over here. And then I feel like that's good. Get the wagon in the middle there. The table, so it's still covered, not covered. Your little table, and then your sitting area. I think that's gonna be good for outside here. So I need to make a note to have Jensen wrap the cord for my lights with electrical tape, because it looks like it kind of stripped a little bit, so no moisture gets in there. There it goes, look at it, now we have our sitting area. I think that's gonna work. All right, you do what you can do. I think that's gonna be good. And a container to keep my cushions in, which I will put in there soon, because, you know, the lizards, it's cold today, so I think we are good to go. So, okay, finished outside before the sun even comes out here. Let's go in and get our day rolling in the house. I was thinking, I was up there looking at that coffee table, I'm like, what else could I put on there? And I had that, remember we put it on this table, it was like natural wood, and we have all the shells in it. I got 1,000 shells. You need some shells? I got shells. Thousands of shells. I could put that on the coffee table as just a centerpiece, or on the table as well. It's outside, things are gonna get into it, but maybe I will do that. We'll see. That would be, I was just thinking, I'm like, that might be a good thing to put down there. So, okay, awesome. So now I'm gonna do, what do I gotta do here? I was gonna wash this dish in the sink because I got my new mats. I just got pink mats, and so I think you can cut them to fit in your sink. So let me wash these, just put them in the dishwasher, because the kids will put these away here in a little bit. They're off doing their thing. Put this in, and then we'll keep going. I'm laughing. This came with a free pair of scissors. The scissors are already gone. Someone take the free scissors. They did already. So what I'm thinking, let me clean this out here real quick. Let me use, you know what I gotta do? I'm gonna be careful using this. I'm gonna use some barkeeper spray, because the bottom of my sink got a little scuffed from, you know, dishes and kids and life and me. So let me use this bottom and see how that does. is where I probably will wish I wore gloves, but I'm just gonna do a little bit here. Remember using comment on your sink all the time? Or I did. I was thinking, I grew up, my mom had, it's funny, growing up, my mom had a white sink like this. And I remember she couldn't wait until she got like a stainless steel sink. But we had this big, huge white sink like this way before they were cool. Now everybody's got them. Do I like the white one? I mean, I guess it's nicer. The stainless steel I don't think would scratch as easily. I don't mind the bigness of it. I do like that function better, but again, it's the washing of the dishes and not being able to have like a place to, because I'm constantly in the kitchen. So I'm thinking having this mat on one side and the bucket on the other side will be good. I could probably get a magic eraser in here too to get up some of the scuffs. Will this work better? I don't know. I know you're gonna, it's probably like, I feel like I don't even need to cut it. Just literally set it like that. I guess I'll put it this way. I'm thinking like when I do like my baking and my bowls get all the flour and water and it just gets gooey, so at least I can lift this up a whole lot easier than lifting that big rack up. So do I just keep it on one side? I think that'll be good, right? Maybe I'll cut it a couple notches. Let's even this up. Let's cut, if we did one, we do two. Let me cut 2 notches off. I still have another one too if I really want to put on the other side, but I'm thinking this will work best for what I'm doing, not for everybody. This is just for me because I am making food and doing it. See, that's good. And then I can literally stick one in this if I really wanted to, right? But I feel like that I'm gonna be constantly picking it up. So let me, you know what, let me cut 2. Let me do one for this side. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. We'll see. We're doing trial and error here, people. You're right here with me. This was maybe $10 on Amazon. All right, we'll put this over here. I don't know. There's 2 ways. I think that goes that way. Okay, let's put the pink in there. We'll see how that does. I may have to pick it up 10,000 times. We will just see. So this is one more thing down on my list. You know, we're doing laundry always. Let me get my laundry out. If it's dry. A couple washcloths, you know, in your kitchen when they get yucky, and I feel like oops, they're a little smelly, so I'm going to put the OxiClean on it, just sit in there, because we will do towels today eventually, just not right now. I know, so I'm going to bring down a basket here. So let me take, sorry, let me bring you this way. I need to go get a cord from the garage. I'll be right back. Okay, onto my butler's pantry. So what we do over here, we have changed our house 1,000 times, you know this, but this area has become like, we move things, we take things away, we move things, we take things away. So I've used this area as my storage of my mixer and my dough mixer, because I use it every day. So instead of putting a cover, I just grab it out. That works for me. But it is becoming warmer here in Florida, and so the kids are using the air fryer more. That's a great thing to use, but it's like in the closet, so I need to be able to pull it out more often. So I would like to get it out and stick it here, but the problem is there is they drilled a hole in the top, the granite countertop, and it goes down. There's a plug down there. That's awesome, but there's no power strip. So I'm thinking I gotta see if I don't know if the air fryer plug that goes down there, would it reach to a strip, or do I need to use an extension cord and then come up to the top? I'm pretty sure, like, we had our microwave over here at one time and a bunch of stuff, and so I'm thinking that if I put, I'm pretty sure I just used the power strip on top, but I need to buy some because I don't have any. Totally out of power strips. I don't know how we go from having, well, I do know, you move and you have a bunch and then you're like, oh, I don't need it. You need it. So let me get that out of the closet here, just stick it here. We never use the sink. So this is literally storage. I could store those in the closet, but I use them most often every week. Okay, so this cord would not fit all the way. Well, I guess it will if there's a power switch. Can you put multiple cords on? Let's see. Hold on, I just am thinking. Okay, this cover's become very disorganized. I think this cord is longer, so I can move this over here and put this over here, and then I think it will work. So I'm just gonna move these. that was a little bit more work than intended. Okay, so, so that actually works. So this is good because you have this, because we do use this. Perfect, oh my goodness, hold on. We have room in here, I can throw in this. Not throw it, set it in here. It's when you don't have room that you don't want this stuff in here. All right, that works. This we use a lot, so I'm gonna leave that out. I guess I don't even need the extension cord. Okay, it's got room around it. That's perfect. That's good. So the kids can put things in the air fryer like pizza, things like that, because it is getting warmer here in Florida. It's been warm, actually, not too bad. It really hasn't been that bad at all. So Maxine, do you wanna go back outside? I just gotta make sure there's workers, but they don't need to come to our yard because our back fence, Greg fixed it. So it should be fine. I don't think they'll replace anything because they're not broken. We didn't lose any post in the back, just the sides. But the side one over here got fixed the other day. But I know their backyard, oops, hold on. I know that their backyard was broken. They just fixed it. And then this one, we're nursing it. The neighbor guy and us, we just Greg and him keep fixing it. We're like, if it breaks, we'll replace it. So it's one of those things that keeps sliding. You're like, is it gonna stay? It's gonna stay. So that's good. Okay, another thing off my list was the air fryer because it is sunshine summertime. So let's see what else. Something else, let me show you. I wanted to show real quick my yogurt. Okay, so I had an ultimate fail. The last yogurt you guys saw me do, I put it in that slow cooker. Oh, hey Brooklyn. Okay, so anyways, I had Brooklyn out the door here. I wanted to share with you my yogurt situation. Okay, so the yogurt, I realized there is way easier ways to make it than the way I've been doing it all these years. Way easier, and it turns out really well. Like I would do it and put it in the cooler, the kind of method I did. What I did is I put it in that slow cooker. That slow cooker, I was afraid it wasn't gonna be warm enough. And so I turned it on a few times. Well, it got up to 140 degrees, 145 degrees. It just did. And so then I realized after 3-4 hours, my yogurt was still liquidy. And I was like, what? So I think I either killed the yogurt, because you can kill it by having it too hot, or I got that little cup at the discount store. Maybe that wasn't good. I don't know. It just depends. I don't usually buy yogurt. Can you hear those wind chimes? So beautiful. So I don't know what the situation was, but what I did that same day, I was like, oh, failure, because I just made all the strawberry sauce, all the granola. So I went to the store when I was picking up one of the kids from their activities, and I got a gallon of milk and I got yogurt. So I remade it, and I Googled a couple different recipes. Okay, so all I did was heat it to the temperature on the stove and then let it simmer for 5 extra minutes. They said to do that, it would make it thicker. What? I've never even heard that in my life. So I did that, and then I put it into my big giant bowl, the whole pot, and it made it nice and cold real quick. And then all I did is put it in my jars, and I let it go for 6 hours. I've never done that. I always heard like 3. That's what I've done my whole life. And they said any more, make it more sour. They said 6 to 12. What? So the yogurt turned out, look at that. Amazing. It's the kids are eating it. I'm not a yogurt person. Even the smell of yogurt makes me, I can't do it. I just can't. Like turkey, can't do turkey, but I can't do yogurt. My whole family likes yogurt. So I was wondering, wow, okay, so the other yogurt, the homemade yogurt, usually when you kind of touch it, it kind of falls, but look at that. It's gonna fall off. Look at, that's like nice and, wow, okay, so that's very good. That's homemade yogurt. Look at that, see? So I just don't like that sour stuff. So yay on the redo of the yogurt. So don't put in, what did I do to incubate it? You know what I did? I put them in my white pans, like right here. I had 2 of those. And then what I did is I put a little water on the outside, turn on my oven and shut it off. I put it in like 200 degrees just for like 5 minutes to get warm, and then I shut off. I had my thermometer in there. It was showing like 98, 100 degrees, but in the water it was 120. And then I just shut it off, shut the oven door, and let it sit for 6 hours. Hello, way easier. So yeah, very, very glad I redid that. And I was kind of like, oh, I can't believe I just wasted all that. So the yogurt's getting eaten up. The kids had a bunch of jars last night. So the yogurt, winner, not the first batch. I had to redo it. I had to waste that money, but I redid it and they loved it. So moral of the story, it only has to be 120 degrees. It did. Like some people said they put it in the oven and just turn the light on at all, and that's it. I'm like, oh, I'm like had it in slow cooker. I was afraid it wasn't gonna be warm enough. And then I thought, I have it in my cooler. It starts at 120. I'm sure after a few hours it goes down, but live and learn. So yogurt, a winner. Okay, so what am I gonna do today? I've been doing different meals. I've been doing different freezer meals through the week on different days when I'm not filming. And so today I was like, what can I make? I bought ham. Even though we got that ham, we ate all that ham up. I put it in Greg's lunches, and we made ham skillet 2 times this week. Yeah, I did. Use it up, that's a good thing. So that's good, but I have ham lunch meat that I bought, and provolone cheese and pickles. We're gonna do Cuban egg rolls. This is not a real Cuban egg roll, not at all. If you Google Cuban egg rolls, this is what comes up. I saw it somewhere on a magazine. I remember going through my recipes on my computer. I did that the other day. I actually deleted a bunch because I started going through them. I'm like, you take a picture of something. So I save it. I haven't touched it. It's like the cookbooks. You don't touch them for years. I've had those same cookbooks ever before we even moved here. I have never once used the recipes. So pointless. Side note, that chocolate cake that I made, it's turned more moistury as it's sitting. It's more like a brownie as the days go on. So good on that cake. So anyways, okay, back to the recipe. So I was taking pictures of things. It was in a magazine, like a Women's Day magazine, and it was Cuban egg roll. And that was why we call it Cuban egg roll. It's not a Cuban egg roll. It's just what that magazine called it. So basically, egg roll wrapper, ham, provolone, I think they use Swiss, pickle, and mustard. That's it. And then I'm gonna put them in the air fryer. I was deep frying them, but now that I have the air fryer, I'm just gonna use the air fryer today. I think the kids like the air fryer better. So I'm gonna make that for lunches today, because the kids are here for lunch. They're up doing their things. We'll do school. Max saying there's too many people in our yard. There's people all around her. And then dinner's gonna be easy. I'm gonna make some stuff for the weekend, but dinner's easy because I only have a few here, so I don't really need to make a ton of food. So downsize. So let me get the stuff out for the egg rolls. We'll make that. Okay, so how we do these is you take egg roll wrappers. I get these at the discount store. They are the plant-based ones. I like them a little better than the store ones. I feel like the store ones do not say plant-based. I could be wrong, but these work really good. So I've got 2 packages of these. If I can just do one, I'll just do one. I'll save the other ones for. I started making the egg rolls and feeling like I made them right last time. So I'll probably save that because I do have cabbage in my refrigerator, and I know we can, that'll last quite some time. And then a piece of ham lunch meat, which this was $5 for this tiny little packet. I got those hams for, what, $13? Yeah, it would have been better to get this, but I was not at the store. Let's see, let me cut this up in here. I should love one of those wrappers that are supposed to peel apart. They don't, and then you just end up cutting the whole thing. All right, and someone got into the cheese. Okay, so the cheese, I'm gonna cut in half because I realized that we're gonna do like that, and that somebody opened it, which is fine. So we're gonna make as best we can here. So I'm gonna do a couple pieces of ham to make it a little bit thicker, the cheese, and a pickle. That's it. Roll it up, put some water to close it, and then I just put it on my parchment paper. We'll put it in the air fryer. Sound good? And the other thing they would do is mustard, but I'm not going to do mustard because I do have some that go, ooh, next time leave the mustard off, so they can actually dip them in mustard if they want. Do I just leave this whole? They're kind of tiny. Let me cut these. I was thinking we used to use pickle spears, but we like these ones from Aldi, and so I don't usually buy pickles just for this, so I'm going to cut this. Let's do like this, and then we can do a long one. Does that sound good? Okay. Let's cut these. Hello, Maxine. Okay, let's make a bunch of these. Use water to close it, stick it down, it'll be easy. Don't ever stuff them, just fold them really nice. You want them closed in, but if you're gonna put them in the air fryer, it's okay if they kind of seep out a little bit, but having them all encased is good. So I've got to think about, that'll be like lunch. There's also ham skillet in there. There is a little bit of tomato soup in there. There's ham, they can make sandwiches. Lots of leftovers for lunch. And I've got breakfast burritos for breakfast. So I'm not worried about that. Dinner tonight, I only have a couple here tonight. So I had to think about what am I gonna do for dinner. So I think they are opted for the hot dogs. Let me show you. These ones I decided to do because they are the bigger, it's more boys. So I thought, let me get the bigger ones. I'm gonna just cook, there's 6, we're doing 6 people, 6, oh my goodness, I know, 6, that's it. I'm just gonna cook 6 in the oven. So I'm gonna put these in a pan. I'm gonna be using my oven for just a little bit here. I'm not doing a ton because I'm downsizing. So I've got buns here from the freezer, so I don't have to worry about making any, so that's done. That saves you a little bit of sanity. And then I'll put these in a pan here and we will just cook those, but we're gonna cook some other things in there as well. That'll be dinner with baked mac and cheese. So I'm gonna make a very small, maybe 2 versions, a dairy-free and a regular one. Very small. I'm gonna hope to put them in these 2 pans right here. Yeah, that's it. I probably could do my little glass ones, but I'm just gonna do tiny and just put them in there, bake them. So I've got water boiling for pasta. That will be dinner for the boys. That's easy enough. And we got veggies. I got lots of veggies to eat too. So that's good. So then I'm thinking to the weekend. Again, you never know how your weekends go or how things work out. So I always like to have a plan. So I pulled out a freezer meal. I'm not making this, but I'm going to show you. This is my sausage, red beans, and rice. It says add 1 can of tomato sauce and 2 cans of chili beans. So what I did, I grabbed these out. I'm going to put this over here on my countertop and put this back in the refrigerator. Tomorrow, when I get up in the morning, I'll probably put that in just probably a pan on the stove. It'll be easier, not in the morning, later in the day when we go to eat. And then just heat it up. It's done, it's finished, and then make some rice. That will be it. I can just let it come to a boil, put the lid on, let it simmer, it's good. It can sit out, rice will be great. So that's gonna be dinner for tomorrow. I'm not gonna worry about that. So let me put this over here and put the this in my refrigerator. So this will go right here. As my writing binder, I'm gonna put this over in this one. So then I have to think about myself what to eat. Greg might have the hot dogs with the boys. He has also ham and macaroni and cheese. So I'm not worried about dinner. So I have to think about myself here. So if I'm eating different, trying to do better, Maxine, trying to do better with things, I just have to make sure that there's food prepared. Usually I have a bunch of meals in the same thing. I make bowls and I eat it. I haven't done anything this week. So I did pull out of my freezer one of these. Maxine, workers are on the other side of the fence. Don't mind my... 1 second. I was like, it could be a worker, it could be a squirrel. She's staring at the tray as a squirrel. Anyway, so then for myself, I'm thinking I need to have food for myself. What am I gonna eat that's gonna be good? So I pulled this out. This I'll eat at some point this weekend. There's lots of fresh veggies to eat, so I'm gonna force myself to eat those. You actually have to force yourself sometimes to munch on. And so this will go in the refrigerator for me. And then I'll eat all this. I'll literally eat this entire jar. So I'm gonna add sauerkraut to this, and I want to bake it in the oven because I do like it baked. So I'm going to I'll put it in here with a lid. So then that way, I just like I don't mind cooking on the stove, but I do like it baked a little bit so it gets a little bit brown, you know. I just do. So I'm going to put this whole thing here because this is good for, you know, your gut health, all that good stuff, even canned stuff. I know it's not fresh, but I've made my own before. Do we do it in the mountains? I don't know if I did in the mountains or the other house. Michigan, I wish I probably did film it. So there, look at that. Sauerkraut, delicious. So this is gonna be for me. Does anybody else just eat this? Like I can literally just eat that. Delicious. Now I sauteed the meat with some celery and onions. So that's a good thing. So I will just add some pepper to this and then call it good, put a lid on it and put it in the oven. And then I also have a little bit of spaghetti and meatballs, just a couple. Probably there's just a little bit in there and I thought this was really good with it. So I'm gonna cut this in half because these will go bad eventually, and I'm gonna bake this as well because I'll eat this. So this is a meal. This is definitely a few meals here. So I have plenty of food for myself. If I need more, I can make some more. Maxine, she's like, I hear, what's wrong, Maxine? She's like, Mommy, there's people and things outside, I smell them. So these are gonna go in. So let me cut this in half. I'll do just like I did the other day. Where's the big knife? Where I put the olive oil on it and salt, pepper, and bake it in the oven. That worked out so good. And then it doesn't require too much. Like I don't mind, I should have done some grain bowls. I have that, but I just didn't make any this week. So that's kind of an easy way for eating different than your family, but whatever works. I've got plenty of little stuff to grab and go. Just having an alternative. Otherwise you're gonna want hot dogs. You're gonna want kielbasa, I guess no different. Which you're gonna want the bread and hot dogs. You're gonna want the wonderful grilled cheese you had this week, which were so good. So alternative. I just saw a hawk fly right across my yard here. I think somebody's barking at. But anyways, okay, so I don't really have much to do in my kitchen. Yay for freezer meals. Not good for you because you don't get a lot of food. But I did a little bit, we do a little bit bigger mac and cheese for the not dairy free because the kids will eat it this weekend. So I'm not worried about that. So I've got that. I have the remainder. I just opened a pack of the Daya, put it in there. I've got that. Now a pot of water, I always say, if you watch my series for Homemakers America, I talk about wasting energy. Always put a lid on your pots. It'll help conserve that energy. So I would say that someone will get a video clip of me boiling water without a lid. I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I always put a lid on my pots. Always. I have not. The last little while I've caught myself. I'm like, it almost feels wrong to let it boil without it. Well, I didn't know where the lid was. It was on the counter. So I just left that off and I've been letting it turn on right now. And I'm like, it's taken forever to come to a boil. And so I just stuck a lid on there so it can go a whole lot faster. So I'm gonna cook pasta. We'll put this in with milk, mix it up. We'll put it in the oven when it gets closer. I'm baking hot dogs now. Hold on. I'm gonna throw it in the oven to bake it because I wanna get it done because I'm gonna be leaving and not here. So then food will be finished. Because if I cook it when it gets closer to dinner, nobody's here to take it out. Nobody's gonna do it. So this way it'll be done. They're gonna have to reheat it later. That's how food is when you go to a fast food restaurant or when you go to a restaurant. You'd be surprised at how your food sits a little bit, I know. So I'm just playing that card because most people would be out on a Friday night getting things. I'm just getting it done so that we can grab it for tonight. So this is good. Got my squash in there. That sounds really good actually. I put garlic pepper on and salt and my sauerkraut and kielbasa, and then we've got the hot dogs on the top. So yay for freezer meals. Work amazing because I can just grab. I know that for the weekend, because again, I don't know how the weekend's gonna go. I don't wanna make too much. So if I had, she's taking her toy outside. Are you taking your toy outside, Maxine? Maxine, are you doing that? Wow. Usually, she's like, what? Usually the kids will take her bouncy ball outside and like throw it. She goes and grabs it and she runs it right back in the house and drops it in there. But look she wants her toy outside, okay. Interesting, very interesting. So anyways, food-wise, I don't want to make too much to not have it go to waste based on who's here. So in my head, this will be good for tonight, the hot dogs and that. There'll be a couple extra, obviously. And then the red beans and rice will be for tomorrow. And again, I don't know who's here Sunday and what we're going to be doing. So if I have to grab something, I can grab something out of the freezer. That's no big deal. Jared's casserole, something simple, but we do have enough to kind of grab and eat for now. So we just got to wait and see. So let's just wait on the pasta. And I don't know, what else are we gonna do today? I don't even know. I gotta do school. Kids are doing their thing. It's quiet down here. They're off they get older, they start vacating to their rooms and getting their things done, which is kind of nice. So kind of nice meeting you can get things done without being interrupted. And then we'll come together and get our school done and call it good. While I'm waiting for water to boil, I'm gonna make an appointment for Maxine to get a checkup. All right, Maddie's sitting outside. She's like, this is nice out here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make some coffee for myself. I'm like, I need to keep moving for my day all day. The pasta is coming to a boil. I've got it in there stirred. I'll take it out in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna make coffee. This is very good in the, not this one, in the slushie machine. I feel like it tastes like an ice cap. Like I don't even long for ice caps anymore because I feel like I've been able to make them. So I am just, this is my recipe. I'm making a big old double batch, yes, because I'm gonna share a couple older kids here. So this, you just add it and then you add maple syrup. If you don't have maple syrup, add brown sugar, like a brown sugar syrup. It's got to dissolve. So if you just add regular sugar, it won't dissolve. And then a little bit of vanilla flavoring. And that's it. And then I add half and half. Now when I first started making this, I was doing a whole lot more half and half. And I realized you do not need that much half and half. So I do about there. I don't really like the creaminess of it. In my head, I was kind of picturing how they made them. And I feel like there was a lot more, but as I'm like drinking, I'm like, I don't like that milky stuff. So I bought a bunch of this thing because we'd buy the quart one and then we would have like 2 days and the whole thing would be gone. So I'm like, I'll get a big one here. Then I realized it doesn't use that much when I'm doing it less. So this is good, taste it. It's just good. So good, I'm gonna put this in the slushie machine. We use this thing quite frequently. More economical than the big giant one. More realistic, so this is perfect. Perfect, okay. Just pour it in the top here. Very simple. Now, if I like to keep mine, I'll get mine up, end up putting it in like a tumbler, a stainless steel tumbler, and then it stays cold for most of the day. So I've got my water, I'm gonna drink a water first, a whole tumbler of water, and then I'll have this. Just because the day's gonna be busier. And then there'll be some extra too. That's a lot, well that's actually a lot, okay. Turn it on, frappe. And I love it because it beeps when it's done, so this is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna get my mac and cheese. The pasta is done. I'm just gonna put it in here, put a little bit of milk, salt and pepper, seasonings, and then cover it and put it in the oven just for a few minutes. That was so bad. There was pepper on the outside of that jar, my salt and pepper shaker, and I like go to wipe it, but it's that fine pepper, so it just got everywhere. It's sticking to everything. It wouldn't wipe pepper again, and I spilled it. I'm like, oh, so it's still stuck a little bit in the jar. That's okay. We'll wipe it off. So everything's in the oven. Cheese is in the oven. Hot dogs are in there. The sauerkraut kielbasa and the squash. I just turned it down a little bit. Let it cook for just maybe half hour or so. That'll be done. Slushies going. I'll put the Cuban egg rolls in there. I'm done for this. I'm going to be doing my school and stuff with the kids, getting that done for Friday, because we took a different day off this week, and I'm gonna drink my water before my coffee. It's on the phone. Look at this, is perfect. Look at this. I drank all my water when I was on the phone. Look at it. It's a perfect iced cappuccino. So good. I'm gonna get another one, put it in the refrigerator. So this is good. So I will take this off. Just rinse it off. Got coffee for the afternoon and a couple extra for the girls. Okay, air fryer. I'm gonna put the egg rolls in here. I'm just gonna set them on here. These will be very good. Kids are watching a couple of videos for school. We'll get this cooked. These are great in here. I don't know deep frying them, but air fryer does a really good job too. I almost got an open one. The open one's gonna seep some cheese out of it somewhere. You know they are. Can we put this all in one rack actually? Move that down. Maybe if I'm careful. Let's see. Can we get one more in here? You're gonna have to flip them. So let's just see if we can shove them all in there. I do have a basket. I'll put a couple down here. Let's do a couple separated. All right, let's see here. Perfect, let's let it do its thing here, and these will be delicious. I know they will be. We're doing school, I gotta flip these. They did turn brown, okay good. Just flip them over. Oh, they do wanna get gooey. The pickle juice. Does the basket better? Oh, that one's kind of gooey. A little too gooey. I might have to put them on the top ones. All right, let's put those back in. Okay, let's do the air fry. Okay, we're doing school, but I put these in the air fryer. These are really good. So here they are. Look at it, perfect, nice and mixed. Cuban egg roll. Dip it in mustard. It's delicious. That's really yummy. So I just put the mustard on and ate it this way. Delicious. Okay, the egg rolls, they say are winners. Very good. So I've got some in here. So I'm gonna take my squash here. I'm gonna put this in here because I think I've got other food to eat. Ooh, I do not like the seeds. And then this I can have for this weekend. So just like this. I probably have to let it cook for a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's so good plain. Delicious. What's that? All right, random stuff being done in the house. I have my ottoman right here, and the black stuff has come undone. You know how it does that, so you have like a big opening. So I need to re-stick that on the inside. So I just sent, the bottom is dirty, there's Mexican dog here. Sent one of the boys to go get, we found the staple gun, but it didn't push through really hard, so we're gonna do just tiny nails. It works. Then out here, Steven, I told him, I said, go grab this thing from up in the closet and we'll see where we can put it. So we had it on the coffee table over here, and he said, he goes, then you can't put anything on the coffee table. So I was like, that's true. And I'm like, well, we could always put it on this brown thing that we have right here. But he said over here, look good. So we've got that right here. And then over here, we put those right here. And then we just left the coffee table empty. He said it's too small to put anything on. He said that way you can leave it free for your plates and your cups, Mom. So I'm like, okay, that works. We can put those on the ground. We'll see how the wind blows. And then Jensen's, my pot right here, this one, it blew over in the hurricane and the storm and the winds. And so it just keeps falling over. We keep putting bricks in it. And so he just put it all back in for me nice and neat. It's so good. So Steven is pounding those nails in, getting that fixed. Jensen's got outside. My plant is in there. He's going to leaf blow the dirt off out there. So we're done right here inside and outside today. Ooh. So what we're going to do is go for a walk here, get a little break in the afternoon, get some fresh air. It's always a good thing to do. And then come back, and then like dinner's done for today, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And it's like our day will be finished. So it's going to be easy early Friday, so I can drop kids off. Just good day all around. I hope that your Friday's going good too. All right, so I just came outside. The yard's all cleaned up. This looks nice. Jensen just blew all the dirt, so we're hopeful that that little potted what are some tips to keep that in the bottom of there? It's obviously a fake plant. We put it in there and we put dirt on it to hold it down because it's not heavy enough. Instead we put a couple broken bricks in there to hold it down, but it's a closed container, so it's not like we put water in it, it's gonna just go out of there. I'm assuming like gravel probably be really good too poured in there, but then I have to go get gravel. I was just thinking another way to make it last in there, but we'll see. Hopefully over here it won't blow as bad. Over there is kind of exposed to the elements and the wind tunnel that goes through here. So I'm done for today. I was like, I'm gonna film, I'll just go all the way to the end. Are you good? Steven just finished nailing in the black part of my ottomans. That's awesome. So anyways, hopefully that'll stay with the wind blowing. We'll just see how things roll. But I like this little area over here. This is very nice. It's gonna be nice to come out and sit. I'm gonna leave the cushions on today and then we'll take them off as the weather warms up and I see lizards. We'll see how well Maxine does. See much lizard poop that you see on your cushions, then you know it's time to move them. So great day all around. We're gonna go for a walk, come back, kind of chill. They're finishing up their school stuff. It was an easy day today, and then go head out for the evening. Maybe another walk tonight when the sun sets, and that's our day today. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and have a great weekend. Come this weekend if you need some encouragement. You have your days, are they hard? Having some hard days? I mean, we all do, every single one, me included. So if you want some encouragement, come on Saturday and Sunday for some encouragement to help your days. So, all right, you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again Monday with another video. All right, see ya, bye.